Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, magic players, far and wide. Welcome to another Round of Modern. This is Dylan from Alternate Universes, and on the left we have Dan Giasanti playing Dimir Control, aka Dimir Shadow. And on the right we have Brady Monroe playing Izzet Murktide. That's right, folks, we are updating the names at the start of the video. Having a great old time. We have Brady leading on a Spire Buff, got down to a Ragavan Nimble. You love him, you hate him. It makes treasures, it takes cards on top of your deck. And then we have Dan shocking in a Watery Grave and playing a Preordain. The anime Preordain from Jumpstart. Dan's actually at 16 here. I thought he had fetched. He had not fetched. He shocked down to 18 and then took 2 damage from a Ragavan. Ragavan exiling Street Wraith. There's a Mishra's Bubble. Doing its thing. Getting surreal triggers. We'll fetch here. What did he leave? I think the card. Yeah. No. He surveilled the Murktide into the yard. Maybe he bobbled himself. Murktide coming back into the format. We saw Lord of the Rings happen, and then Murktide dropped down a little bit. And then unbanning a Preordain, Murktide has come back a bit. It's a nice, interesting place in the format. Dan's hand consists of a couple lands, Thoughtseize, a Lorien Revealed. Just as go. Top turn. We have 3 damage coming here. Not delirious yet. Get a trigger. It's a Sauron's Ransom.
You don't want that one.
We'll opt to try and cast it. Gets the Surveil trigger.
I'll go down to 12.
How are we all doing, folks? Hope we're doing well. Wild Spell Drain is out by this point. Have you played any cool Wild Spell Drain cards yet? What are your favorite Wild cards? I have 2 that I think are really cool. The Beanstalk, because beans, and also I like to draw cards. And Agatha's Soul Cauldron, because the more I hear about that card, the cooler it sounds, and the more I want to play with it. There's so many weird combos you can do with it, and that just sounds dope. Like, it's so cool. Yawgmoth just gets cooler. Heliod gets cooler. Scales also gets to do cool things with it. I'm pretty excited about that card. Alright, Delta land for turn for Dan here. Going to tap a Watery Grave. Going to maybe cast a Thoughtseize. Ooh, it has a Fatal Push.
Push the Ragavan.
We'll push the Ragavan. Monkey goes to the yard.
Wait, no blocks on that.
3 damage. Cast Preordain. Surreal trigger.
Yep, you're good. Top.
Second Darcy. Oh, God.
I'm gonna crack down to 8.
What accelerates the clock? More than 1 3/3 flyer? 2 3/3 flyers. Especially when you're at 8. Dan has not seen a lot of action here. And he plays cards that are good against Murktide. Like Orcish Bowmasters is a phenomenal card.
Double Island Cycle.
We'll just double Island Cycle. Okay. Maybe gearing up to cast a giant Murktide Regent. That will clean up one of the Darcys.
Alright, it's half my lands out of the deck.
I'm going to untap, take a draw step. Draws another land. Jesus, it looks like he has 6 lands in the counterspell. 5 lands, a counterspell, and a Thoughtseize.
Quick game 2.
And we'll just scoop game 1 up. Brady taking game 1. Clock a little too fast, and Dan's hand just a little too slow. Not doing as much as he wants to be doing. So we'll be right back with game 2. Would you look at that? We're back with game 2. Dan leads on a polluted Delta. Brady. Plays a Mishra's Bauble. Will bobble Dan. Takes a peek at the deck. Spire Bluff Ragavan. Dan will fetch. In case you're curious, the card on top of the deck was a Force of Negation. I don't know why I remember that, but I remember that.
Another watery grave.
It's going to Island Cycle Lorien Revealed here. Dude, Lorien Revealed, so good. I mean, this is like a moot point, right? Like, we've all... If you're watching this, if you're not new to Modern, you're probably pretty convinced that the card itself is, you know, very good. It does a lot. Being able to fix your mana at instant speed, like, find you more mana at instant speed. And it pitches to Force of Negation. Like, that's so good. It's conditionally a draw spell as well. Did draw another Lorien Revealed. It also means your keeps can be a lot more aggressive because of the fact that you basically have 4 more copies of a land in your deck. Thoughtseize, Unholy Heat, 2 Preordains, Spell Pierce, or Spell, yeah, it's Pierce, Darcy, and a Fiery Islet. Does Dan have a creature? Does the Unholy Heat matter? It takes the Unholy Heat. Okay. Maybe he has a shadow in hand that he wants to set up for. I love when players at locals will like jot the other person's hand down, and the other player's like, okay, and just like leaves the hand face up. Just an interesting visual. All right, so we see Counterspell, Subtlety, Dash Shadow, and the Lorien Revealed we saw earlier. Rayman's going to connect. We're going to flip over a Spell Piece. We'll take a damage here to the Fiery Islet. Cast Preordain, Surveil Trigger. There's another card in his hand. I cannot tell what it is. Alright, so we'll go... Did we bin the Spell Piece? Alright. Left the bubble on top, put the bobble. Surveilled the polluted delta into the yard. We'll crack bobble. We'll Lorien Revealed.
All I've done this match is Island Cycle.
I would say that's interesting that Dan put in Dress Down, but he's playing Shadow.
Yeah.
I keep thinking of like the Dimir control list and not the Shadow list. Partially because I put control as the deck name, right? So I keep looking up and going, oh yeah, control. No. No, it's technically Shadow. There's still control elements to it. But
Alright, untap, you want ball and upkeep. That one's not what I want.
alright, cracking bobble and upkeep. You can see Counterspell.
11. We'll just go down to 9. Sit on that. Sure, 9.
Shock's Water Grave. Here's a Death Shadow. We're at 9.
Pass. Yep.
We'll draw for bubble, draw for turn. Crack in for 3 in the air here, putting Dan to 6. Preordain.
Yeah, that's fine. Now you got them both.
I assume just holding that those counter spells here basically for like a Murktide Regent. or I guess even a second Darcy. Alright, draws preordain.
Ready? Bottom, bottom.
We'll go bottom, bottom. Draw a card. Picks up another Dash Shadow, it looks like.
I'm at 4.
No, it's a Street Wraith. Alright, going down to 4. Draws Force Negation.
Damn, this deck sucks. Oh boy. Well, it's a lot better when you draw Bowmasters or Murktide Regents.
We know Brady has a Spell Pierce, so if he has a Bolt, this Darcy will be lethal.
Guess I'm not dead, so pass.
Dan's a land off into being able to cast a Subtlety as a blocker.
Yeah.
We'll shock in Steam Vents. Channel Odoar on the Shadow. And because you can't really interact with that, that will be game 2 going to Brady. Thank you for watching, folks, and have a great rest of your day.